and gentlemen, let the games begin. Vierte Session der Happy Bet European Darts Open 2017. Und wir starten mit der aktuellen Nummer 5 der Welt. Ein Mann, der schon 8 Major-Turniere gewinnen konnte, der ein European-Turnier gewinnen konnte im vergangenen Jahr 2016 in Hamburg. Und wir freuen uns, dass er hier in Leverkusen mit dabei ist. Die Rede ist von The Machine, James Wade! Es ist das Duell der 5 gegen die Nummer 6. 11 Pro-Tour-Turniere konnte er in seiner Laufbahn gewinnen. Er stand in 3 Major-Finals. Und wie immer läuft er in Deutschland auf deutsche Musik ein. Ich glaube, den Song kennt ihr hier in Leverkusen von den Toten Hosen. Hey, hier kommt Alex. Hey, hier kommt Chizzy, Dave Chisnall. Best of 11 Legs heißt die Distanz auf der European Tour, wird bis einschließlich zum Finale gespielt. Wer 6 Legs gewinnt, zieht also in die dritte Runde, sprich das Achtelfinale ein. Und der Caller dieser ersten Partie ist Paul Hinks. Herzlich willkommen.
Well, welcome back to Leverkusen for the Happy Bet European Darts Open. The second round continues, and over the next 4 hours or so, we're going to set up the final day of action on this, the 8th European Tour event of 12 in 2017. And what a lineup we have for you. 16 players in action, half of them have won a Euro Tour event before now. There's only 5 of them that are yet to claim a PDC title of any sort. And we start with a repeat of a Euro Tour final. James Wade, the Machine, taking on Chizzy, Dave Chisnall. When these two met in the final of the European Darts match play in May last year, Wade triumphed, and he did so in a deciding leg.
First leg is James to throw first. Game on.
James Wade will get us underway. The first of 8 games this evening. It's the Machine versus Chizzy. I'm Dan Dawson, Paul Nicholson alongside me for this, and what an evening of darts we've got, Paul.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
140.
What a way to kick it off. I mean, Wade was a qualifier. He got through last night against Justin Pipe. Chizzy's took a week off.
140.
So there are a few variables here. One is James Wade has played more darts over the last couple of weeks than Chizzy has. But at the same time, Chizzy's natural form, and he's rested.
140.
Anybody could win this game. It's quite tight for me.
Yeah, Chizzy has had a couple of weekends off over the last month or so, and
60.
It's not really affected his form that much. He had a disappointing weekend in Wigan prior to the last Euro Tour event, but before that, you know, quarter-finalist at the European Darts match play, helped England reach the semi-final of the World Cup. Quarter-final in Dubai, of course, that's a first-round exit, but a 9-darter in Milton Keynes back in May as well. Chizzy has been playing some excellent darts
60.
this year and been threatening to add to his haul of PDC titles. He'll stay up there. Quick glance at Chizzy's score for James Wade.
59.
One thing Wade said in his interview with Elmar Polka last night was he was glad to get through that one. Tomorrow I'll play properly.
Well, we shall see. James Wade
134.
did a Wadey type display in the first round, seeing off Justin Pipe. Topsy once.
42.
And pulls it low. He was doing that quite a bit against Justin Pipe in the first round, and Chizzy's got a chance to break here. Only needs 1 treble for a dart at the double. He's got it. And he's looking at tops. Oh, Wade misses low, Chizzy misses high.
20.
Well, should be academic. It isn't yet. It is now.
Showing the first leg. James Wade.
Steady first leg from Wadey. Pulls through.
Game on.
And the most dramatic thing really at the start of this contest is the fact that Chizzy's top button is undone.
Yeah,
and that only ever happens once in a purple mood.
Yeah, it's not often. Chizzy usually has that done right up to the neck, doesn't he? I'm not sure what the thinking is. It is quite warm in here.
96.
And again, Chizzy, he wasn't around last weekend in Austria where it was baking hot. Actually quite refreshing compared to Austria.
55.
Osterman Arena here in Leverkusen, brand new venue on the European Tour.
Well, Chizzy, the way he's dressed tonight with the top button undone, it's like he's undone his
40.
tie. It's casual Friday. Well, this is business Saturday, Chizzy. You better get playing.
He doesn't like that. Just taking a moment. Better. Yeah, great recovery there from Dave Chisnall.
Yeah, there is the possibility of ring rust when you have a couple of weekends off. And yes, you can practice all you like,
96.
but it's the competitive stuff that you miss, and the edge of playing in a nervy game or where you have to hit a shot.
Now then, cheers.
140.
A surprise that he didn't fire in the first 180 of this one. Dave Chisnall, perhaps the biggest 180 hitter in world darts, but my word, we've seen some 180s hit today.
99.
James Richardson and Darryl Gurney both hit 8
132.
each, that is, not together, each in their games today. Trouble 19 for Bull if he can find a way through to it, but he doesn't find the 57, so he doesn't get a go.
92.
Great setup though.
James Leclerc, 170.
He's had a few of these in his time. Oh, it's like we were miming for what James Wade was thinking. Just a little bit more on that, and he was going to have a poke at the Bull. Chizzy for tops. 10s to finish this leg. 5s. Yes.
Showed the second leg.
1-all.
Chisnall.
We thought it might be tight with all those different
Come on.
variables. It's delivering that right now. It's not a brilliant game from the start, but it's one of those games that can potentially get better and better and better. My favourite game of the afternoon, Hendo against Hybrex.
Oh, what a game. Seen some really entertaining stuff today. John Henderson extending his excellent record against Kim Hybrex and celebrating wildly for Hendo. I mean,
97.
Kim Hybrex doesn't celebrate like Hendo does. Or Hendo did in this instance. Never seen the like. But that victory will probably put Big Hendo in the match play. Gets him through to the final day of a European Tour event for the first time since he had that run to the final in Munich a couple of years ago. And he's looking good for the European Championship as well. So it's a massive, massive victory for John Henderson.
I was impressed with James Richardson as well. I think he brought a great aggressive game to Benito van der Pas this afternoon, and a last leg that Benito just couldn't handle.
Well, 2 180s in that last leg for James Richardson. 8 in total. 8. That's like if that came up on the vidi printer, you'd have to write it in letters after it as well, just to confirm
60.
that
James
that is the number we're on about. James Richardson is the man who awaits the winner of this one.
97.
And right now, it's a pretty close run thing, the early stages.
Chizzy not really finding his range with the first start, but his recovery in treble 19 has been brilliant so far. 16 will leave one of his favourite ones. Has he found his range on it yet? Not quite. This is a great opportunity for Dave Chisnall.
76.
Well, he missed tops for 107 checkout in the first leg. He does want 76. I think they're just amending the scoreboard. Only going to get 1 dart. It's that double top again. And he doesn't make the same mistake twice. Bang in the middle of the bet from Dave Chisnall. The number 10 seed gets a break of throw and goes into the lead.
Well, wasn't that a lovely dart? Nowhere near the wires. It's one of those darts where it hits the middle of the segment and it automatically makes the double segment look bigger because it pushes everything out.
80.
Well, you've got a game here between possibly the biggest 180 hitter in world darts and one of, historically, the most lethal finishers in the game. It should be a clash of styles. Chisnall hasn't actually really got going on the big scoring as yet. And Wade has missed a few darts at double here and there. So not their typical displays that have, catapulted them into the very, very top table of world darts. James Wade, a multiple major champion, Dave Chisnall, a multiple major finalist, and he's been
42.
He's been knocking on the door, and I think Dave Chisnall has certainly got it in him to go and win a major title. And if he does win one, he could win plenty. He's getting over the line, isn't it?
140.
I think his best opportunity to win a major in the near future are the events that are very similar to the European Tour. European Championship, Players' Championship, multiple games in a day. He's really good at that.
Yeah, I mean, you only have to look at his record on the European Tour. And Chizzy, even though he's only got the one title, he has made so many finals. It's an absolutely astonishing
93.
set of runs that he's had in these European Tour events. He's a player who seems completely happy. It doesn't matter where he's playing, whether it's a big stage or whether it's a floor event. As Wade, he looks to fill it up.
140.
Has to settle for a top 40. It does get him to a finish, but Chisnall to extend the lead to 2 legs. Double 16. Yeah, really good stuff. Dave Chisnall looking pretty tight on the doubles.
I'm not 100% sure that was for a 16.
He's given himself the chance, hasn't he? 16 or 8. That's the beauty of 48.
You know what it is? Some people like Dave, who are comfortable wherever they go on the board, just to keep themselves guessing, they go for the wire. So 10 or a 6.
140.
They'll go for the wire of the 6 and the 10. 16 and 8, they go for the wire and say, right, whatever happens, happens.
140.
That's a good look at the angle of entry into the board for James Wade's darts. Very similar to that of Dave Chisnall. And you may ask yourself, well, why is Dave Chisnall so good at hitting 180s? Because there's a lot of power behind that arm of his, and he's able to get them very close together. With big flights and a long dart,
100.
he can get them to nestle together very well. If you look at someone like Van Gerwen, Gary Anderson, Dave Chisnall, let's use those three as an example. They all use very similar equipment.
135.
If you can throw them well, you can get them very close together with a big flight and a long stem.
Treble 17. Bullseye for a big one. There it is. James Wade takes out the 161 to hold us go. Phenomenal stuff for the machine.
Not the first 161 we've seen today. May not be the last.
125.
Well, Dave keeps losing something. I think either a flight keeps popping out or a ring on his stem. When you're leading, don't change anything.
89.
I've mentioned already this week how superstitious dart players can be. He's getting his scoring boots back.
And there it is. It's been a while coming for Dave Chisnall. You don't often have to wait 6 legs for Chizzy to fire in a maximum. Wade throws one right back at him. Can Chizzy go in again and leave himself double 8? That'll be the aim. That'll be the aim. We're giving it the slow zoom in. Oh, Chizzy.
Too good. He won't be fussed about that because he's coming back 2 darts in hand for double. Oh, yeah. He's under pressure.
What a couple of visits from James Wade. Putting pressure on this double top. Chizzy's been good on his double so far. And there it is, a 12 dart leg with Wade sat on 52. Fantastic leg of darts, but Chizzy comes away with it.
You tell me that Dave Chisnall is not a confident dart player right now.
60.
That was a very good leg of darts from both players, and Chizzy was just too good.
Yeah, it really, really was. Dave Chisnall, the first year we did the European Tour, 2012, he made 2 finals.
100.
Including the final of this tournament, beaten by Raymond van Barneveld. The next year he went on and won one. That was the German Darts Championship in Hildesheim. The next year is the only year until this year that he didn't make a final, but He did make the final of the European Darts Match Play in 2015, back-to-back finals in 2016, still searching for a first final in 2017. But would you bet against him going on and making one, maybe even winning one? Because he's been showing some superb form over the early part of the year. Dave Chisnall, we have seen him in a Pro Tour final, as I say, hit a 9-darter. And he's been worrying the latter stages of tournaments, and he's stolen the darts here, and he's piling into the 60.
140.
And leaves himself 124. It could be back-to-back 12-dart legs for Dave Chisnall.
Well, let's face it, James Wade has played much better tonight than he did yesterday.
140.
And Dave Chisnall is still leading 4-2, and that's full credit to the man in yellow. Got to go for this. Treble 18.
Oh.
There's the 4.
Yeah, well, just a treble 20, Chiz. You do this in your sleep.
Well, when your opponent has already hit a 161 finish in this match,
41.
you think he can hit this.
He won't on this occasion, and Dave Chisnall, the man who is hitting half his darts at double, might only get 1 dart here, he could get 2.
80.
Checked out 76, 56, 48, 40. This would be the biggest checkout for Dave Chisnall in this match. He's only going to get 1 dart at tops. Been pretty good on this so far. And that continues. Dave Chisnall absolutely deadly on the doubles. It has been his downfall in the past, but tonight everything has clicked into gear for Dave Chisnall. 5-2 up, and James Wade, even though he has played pretty decent stuff, James Wade, and it's good to see because he has had a tough time of late. The last couple of months have not been good for James Wade. He's put in some of the poorest displays we've seen from the machine in his professional career.
Well, it's been enough to wake him up, because when he was qualifying for this event, I was absolutely shocked to see that he was one of the first people in the practice room and actually practicing. He doesn't do that. But now maybe he realises what he's got to do to stick with people like Chizzy. Nights like tonight, it's welcome to the Chizzy Dome, because he's not going to miss.
Yeah, it does look that way with Dave Chisnall. And this is 103 average from Dave Chisnall without really going into overdrive on the scoring. The 180 hitting, certainly. He's only hit the 1. I mean, we know that Chizzy has more in the tank.
In your opinion, Chizzy on his A game, where in the world does he fit? Because I have an answer.
Well, it's a very good question. That's a very good visit from James Wade. It's a third 180 for the machine. He is down to a finish. Very Wadey finish, that 1-2-1, isn't it?
I'd personally put Chizzy in top 3 players I've ever seen.
96.
The way his scoring power is legendary. Treble 17. He's already gone treble 17 ball once in this match, but he finds the treble 2 instead, and that means Chizzy is looking at 108. In the very first leg, Chisnall had 107 checkout, and he missed double top for it.
19s or 20s. He's got options here. I think he's looking downstairs. 4 19s. He's got to bypass that dart to the right. Hasn't got it, so can only set it up now. Wadey, the very minimum he should have is a dart at top.
James requires 76.
Tops hasn't been kind. Oh my word, that is so unlike James Wade. Missing the big number.
36.
And that might be that for James Wade. An uncharacteristic error from the man nicknamed the Machine. Doesn't even give himself a dart for the leg. Chisnall, 72, is all that stands between him and a place in the last 16 to face James Richardson. Lovely stuff, double 18. Likes this double, does Dave Chisnall, and pins this double. Fantastic finishing from Dave Chisnall. 60% on the doubles, an average round about the 100 mark, and a 6-2 victory over James Wade. Chizzy kicks off the evening session here at the Happy Bet European Darts Open with a convincing victory over James Wade. It is good to see Wadey back playing like he can, but tonight he did not have enough to stop the multiple major finalist Dave Chisnall. We now turn our attention to the second game of the evening. A 4-time winner on the European Tour, our winner in Gibraltar earlier this year. Michael Smith, the bully boy, number 5 seed here this weekend, takes on Peter Jakes, who was superb in round 1, defying 100 average from Kyle Anderson to book his place in the second round. Can the Yorkshireman Peter Jakes overcome Michael Smith and join Dave Chisnall in the last 16 of this tournament?
Chizzy, congratulations. That was actually a tough first round for you, huh? Playing James Wade, number 5 of the world.
Yeah, very tough, very tough. I was surprised I was playing James, really, but you've got to play who's in front of you, and I think my doubles was quite well there, so that's what won me the game, really.
Yeah, good quality in the whole game, average of 100.
Yeah, it's nice to have 100s, but it's just about getting the win, and I did.
5 years ago, you were in the final here, European Darts Open. That was in Düsseldorf. It's quite a long ago, yeah.
Long time ago. I think I got me off Raymond that night.
See you tomorrow, thank you. Dave Chisnall. Stand 2012 im Finale dieses Turnieres. Kann sich kaum noch daran erinnern. Bräuchte ein bisschen